All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be taking a look at the OnePlus 12R. All right, take a quick look at the back of this, see if it's got any specs here we can look at. You can see here this is the 8 gigabyte of RAM, 128 gigabyte ROM version. This does come packing the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. So this is not the flagship OnePlus device. The flagship OnePlus device is the OnePlus 12. The 12R was the little bit cheaper version, which right now is coming in at $399 for this version, $499 for the 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage variant. But today we're just going to take a look at this one. So right here at the very top, as you can see, I have already opened this up and set it up, so it's asking me for my fingerprint. But right here you've got the literature, you have a sim device in here, your OnePlus membership card, OnePlus Cable Club membership card, and then some safety paperwork. So we're going to put this to the side and take a look at the device itself and what else comes in the box. So here you can also see included with the phone in the box, an 80-watt fast charger, USB-A to USB-C adapter, and that OnePlus red cable that's famous. So, you know, this is, they call this the SuperVOOC charging. See if you can see it on there. But this is 80-watt fast charger, so you can charge this phone up blazingly fast, blows other devices just out of the water in its charging speeds. How on earth did this go in here? Well, oh well, we will worry about that later. This is what everybody came to look at today. You can see it already has a smudge there on it, but this is the OnePlus 12R. This is the, I believe they call it iron gray finish on it. You can see it has a really nice soft touch back. This is glass. This is not plastic, but it is not the glossy glass. It does have kind of a smooth touch feel to it. So really, really high quality. Glass back, all metal sides. So this is not a plastic phone whatsoever. You can see right here, you got your pinhole, punch hole camera in the front. On the side, the right-hand side of the device, you've got your volume up and down, volume rocker up and down, and your power button. And on the left-hand side of the device, that famous OnePlus slider, the mute slider. So this really comes in handy in a lot of cases once you get accustomed to using it. I'm not sure if it's coming through on the camera great, but these are rounded sides. So this is a curved glass front. It's not an extreme curve, but it is a curved glass front. The back is curved down as well. So this is not like an iPhone that has the squared off sides. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing opened. So you can see I press the power button, it pulls up to some of the stuff I was doing, but let's let the screen just go black on us and I'll show you the fingerprint. Oh, it says passwords required after that. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, let me actually show you the fingerprint. There you go. Let's do a couple tests here. Extremely fast fingerprint. And it's unlocked. Okay. This also has face unlock, as well as the fingerprint unlock, as your biometric methods of authentication there. You can, as you maybe can tell, this is an extremely bright screen. Extremely bright, beautiful OLED screen. very, very high quality device, blazingly fast. You will not slow this device down. This is the US version, so you've got your Google Play built into it, Play Store, built into it, as well as your Google landing page here. I don't know if you all can tell, but this is a buttery smooth experience. 120 hertz variable refresh rate screen. Just cannot slow this thing down. It is light, not cheap light, but light. Much lighter than an iPhone 14 Pro Max or iPhone. The 15 Pro Max and 16 Pro Maxes are considerably lighter with their titanium frames, but I'm currently working with an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and that's what I'm filming this video on actually, is the 14 Pro Max, and that is a heavy phone. The cameras are great, but it is a heavy device before they move to the titanium finish. This OnePlus is smooth. It feels great in the hand. The rounded corners, curved screen, rounded off edge screen, smooth edges, very comfortable to hold. Oh, I didn't set it up with my left thumb. Very smooth, very comfortable to hold in hand. And just an absolute great looking screen. If you have not used OnePlus for a little while, you will be blown away by the quality of the screens that they're putting out now. Gone are the days of Samsung having a stranglehold on the really fantastic looking screens. OnePlus is there. A lot of other manufacturers are caught up as well, but OnePlus is just absolutely fantastic. You can see there's just so many different customization options. Again, it's just buttery smooth. It feels so smooth just to navigate through the menus. Now, OnePlus has gotten away from their previous operating systems, and they're now running more of a color OS system that's really emulating or taking heavy inspiration, design inspiration from their Chinese counterparts. Again, just want to show you some of the specs here. It's running Oxygen OS 14.0. Let's see if we got any updates out there. There is an update that I have not downloaded yet. We'll hold off on that for a little while. 128 gigs of storage. You can see here, I have already put, of course, you got your Netflix, and I'm not using this one as my primary device right now. This is just a secondary device that I have that I'm taking a look at for the time being, but I am seriously considering making this my primary everyday device. It's just so smooth in the hand, and screen is amazingly good. Like I said, I'm coming from an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and man, this thing looks fantastic. You can see I've already got GTA Vice City, GTA 3, Minecraft, as just a couple games on here, but this phone can just chew through, very high intensity games. Genshin Impact is a big one that a lot of people use as a benchmark. Just absolutely no trouble running Genshin Impact on this phone. Let's see if we can get into a benchmark really quick and see what kind of scores we're getting. Let's see. Try it on a Geekbench 6. As we wait for that to download. All right, let's open that up, take a look at it. accept those terms and conditions. Let's see here. I realize that light's a little blown out looking. Let me move this overhead light that I had. So here you can see this is the OnePlus model CPH2611 running Android 14. Obviously it is an ARM device running that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Let's go ahead and run the CPU benchmark, see what kind of stats we're getting on this. So it's running the file compression. And while this is working, I'm going to set this device down, let it work, and we'll be right back with you all. All right, guys, so we're back. I ended up abandoning or aborting off that that Geekbench. It was just not going to be valuable. It's not really what any of you want to see anyway. What you all really want to see is the performance, the gaming performance, right? So as you can see, I took some time playing Minecraft here. It's like everything else with this phone, absolutely buttery smooth, zero lag. And one thing that used to lag down some of my old games was large amounts of dynamite on Minecraft and the explosion process. So let's see how that goes with this one. See if we can make work of this mountain. Okay. So as you can tell, it really cleared out this mountain. You know, and I don't know if you could catch that or not, but when it was the explosion process, there was no lag and no slowdown whatsoever. This thing is just blazingly fast. It's really pretty deceptively fast. I was working on downloading Genshin Impact, but it is just taking a long time to download the resources, so not going to be able to get to that. But honestly, you know, if you're familiar with OnePlus, if you're familiar with Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, these are fantastic chips. Very, very power efficient. Holds battery life fantastically. No heat whatsoever on the phone. You know, running the Geekbench, playing on Minecraft, downloading Genshin Impact at the same time. Phone stays cool, completely cool all the time. And again, y'all, this is just a buttery smooth phone experience. These rounded edges, absolute fantastic speed. Just does not miss a beat whatsoever. You know, there is something to be said for an ecosystem. And I'm currently pretty built into the Apple ecosystem. I have an iPhone. I have a, as you can see in one of my other videos, I have an iPad Pro with the M2 chip. However, I also have a OnePlus Pad 2 and now this OnePlus 12R. You know, OnePlus 12R combined with that OnePlus Pad 2, that builds out a nice OnePlus ecosystem. And there are some real benefits to that with tapping and transferring files, and it's getting close. But really what it boils down to is that my wife is a diehard Apple fan, that we use iMessage all the time to communicate back and forth, and it would be a difficult thing to get her to convert over. Very, very fast at taking photos. Right now I'm actually upstairs in my daughter's playrooms, which is a nightmare of toys right this second. So we won't show you too much of the room around us, but until I can get an actual studio built out. But I wanted to take just a few minutes to introduce y'all to this OnePlus 12R. It's a great mid-range price with high-end, you know, really that premium grade specs. Now, to get that price down, there are some things that are missing out on the OnePlus 12R. And it is important to keep that in mind. You got no wireless charging here built into the OnePlus 12R. Then again, who is really thinking about wireless charging when you have 80-watt SuperVOOC fast charging, can charge the phone up in absolutely no time? You know, 20 minutes on a charger gets you an entire day of battery life. And the fact that this thing is very power efficient and just sips battery makes that even better. You know, the cameras are not the same quality as you'd get on the OnePlus 12. They did dial back the cameras a little bit. With that being said, these cameras are plenty good enough for anything that you could possibly need them for in your everyday experience, right? If you're out there making high-end vlogs and high-end, video presentations, then you might want to step up to something like that, a S24 Ultra, or some of the Pixel devices, or if you're on the Apple side, the 16 Pro or Pro Max. You might want to step up to that. But then again, those are $1,000, $1,100 phones. This is $399 right now. And the value that you get for that $399 is absolutely fantastic. And, this phone would have been a flagship, let's say a year ago. A year ago, this thing was matching flagship specs, with the exception of the wireless charging. That's one way that OnePlus likes to trim out and get that price down a bit. But this is a fantastic option for anybody looking for a great, smooth, buttery experience cell phone, smartphone, built by any Android manufacturer. Samsung better watch themselves, because OnePlus is catching up, and there are a lot of really high-end Android phones coming out of China now. Vivo, Huawei, Oppo, just to name a few. You've also got the, what was the other one I'm trying to think of? I'm blanking out on it now, but Vivo, Oppo, Huawei, those are some that are coming out with some fantastic specs, and really in many cases beating Samsung. Out. Samsung is the king in the United States, but those Chinese Android phones are really beating Samsung in specs and user experience, quite frankly. The challenge is that they're missing a lot of the bands that might be needed to run on U.S. carriers, especially Verizon. If you use Verizon, those Chinese phones are just not going to work. And then in many instances, even on the GSM carriers, I think T-Mobile, AT&T, and all of the MVNOs that run off of those networks, right? So you got Cricket and Metro, and any of those other ones like that, they will work. However, they are going to potentially miss some of the bands to hit 5G. And that's part of buying the phones out of China. But who knows? Fingers crossed, one day those phones will start coming over to the U.S. with those same specs and optimized for U.S. networks. But again, thank you all for watching. I just wanted to take a few moments to show you all the OnePlus 12R. I probably will be holding on to this one for a little while. This is one that I want to throw a SIM card in it and start playing with it more, and potentially making the jump over, because this one phone, the OnePlus 12R versus the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is what I'm filming on. The iPhone 14 Pro Max is my everyday driver right now. That is a heavy phone, and you do miss out on some of those quality of life improvements, like the rounded edges. That just makes it feel good in the hand, whereas the 14 Pro Max just kind of cuts into your hand with those sharp edges. But there again, I'm gonna try to switch over to that Android ecosystem for a little while and see how it goes. So I'm gonna use the OnePlus 12R and the OnePlus Pad 2 to build out that ecosystem and really see if it's something that I can make the transition to. But anyway, I will do another video and check back in with you all later to see how that transition goes. And thank you all for watching. Be on the lookout for another video, and see you next time.